One late autumn morning. Sunlight slants through the leaves, spreading softly over the old tiled roof. Mother is busy packing things into an old suitcase for Ethan, the young man who has just been accepted for a job in the city and is preparing to leave to start work. Then she bends over again to prepare some food. Boiled eggs, a small square rice cake she wrapped with her own hands the night before, and a fragrant jar of sesame salt. She puts each of those things into a bag, her movements gentle but full of love and a quiet reluctance. These simple gifts from the countryside carry the whole heart of a mother whose son is about to leave home. Ethan stands silently for a long while, watching his mother rushing around. Suddenly his heart tightens. He walks closer, then bends down and wraps his arms around her in a tight hug, holding her with all the love he has never managed to put into words. Mother startles slightly, her small shoulders trembling. She bends her back a little, her thin arms quickly wrapping around her son, holding him tight as if she wants to gather him completely into her arms one more time. That hug lasts longer than usual, not just to send him off on a long trip, but as if she wants to hold on to every breath, every bit of warmth, every second of being beside him. A hug that is warm, choking, and aching, as if the moment she lets go, she is afraid he will slip away from her arms too quickly. Mother, eyes red, smiling softly. When you go to the city, you have to take care of your health. Eat properly, don't skip breakfast like you do at home. When you meet people, remember to be polite. Be gentle, but don't let anyone push you around. Keep your money safe, spend it wisely. If anything is hard, call me. Don't carry it all alone. When you're far away, you must live kindly so people will respect you and care for you. He nods, eyes stinging, not daring to look at her for too long. As he steps onto the bus, he hears her voice calling after him. Travel safe, my son. Call me when you have time, okay? The bus starts moving, and he turns back to look. His mother's figure standing in the yard grows smaller, but the warmth of those words follows him all along the road, like an invisible coat wrapped around his heart. She stands there watching, not running after the bus like in the old days, just quietly wiping away her tears. When the door of the bus closes, he looks out through the window and sees her figure growing smaller in the pale morning light. His heart tightens, but is also full of determination. He knows that from today, he has to be stronger, so as not to let down the hopes and love waiting for him back home. In the first days in the city, every evening after work, he calls home to his mother. Just a few minutes, asking if she has eaten, if it's raining in their village, if she feels tired. Each call is full of excitement, like a thread that connects him to the small house in their poor countryside. She hears his voice, feels at ease, then gives him a few familiar reminders before hanging up. But then the work grows heavier day by day. Pressure from tasks and meetings makes him more and more overwhelmed. Long phone calls gradually shrink into short text messages, and eventually, he only manages to call quickly for a few rushed minutes now and then. There are days when she calls, he sees the phone screen light up, but leaves it there, telling himself he will call back later. Then he sinks into work and forgets. Time keeps passing like that, so fast that he doesn't even realize since when he has rarely gone back home. Every month, he sends her some money, believing it is his way of being filial. But she doesn't really need that much. What she longs for most is a bit of his time, a slow, unhurried phone call, a gentle, loving question asking how she is. Time quietly goes by. Early in the morning, he is already at the office, blending into the flow of people walking in a hurry, with honking horns and phones constantly ringing. All day long, his eyes stay glued to the computer screen. Emails, reports, meetings, partners. His mother is still back in the countryside. She takes care of each vegetable bed, lights the stove to cook, does the laundry, goes to the market. Every chore in the house is carried on her shoulders alone. Every time she texts him, she tries to add a smiling face emoji, as if to say that she is still fine. But behind that smile are eyes growing older day by day, quietly empty and lonely. Ethan has never seen those late afternoons in the village, when she stands in the yard, her hands clasped together, silently looking toward the village road, just waiting for a familiar silhouette, a phone call, or simply a message. "Mom, I'm coming home soon." The calls home grow fewer and fewer. Her messages come every day without fail. "It's cold. Remember to dress warmly." "Have you eaten yet?" He reads them, nods silently, then puts the phone aside, planning to reply when he has time. But free time is rare, while emails and reports keep piling up. At noon, his colleagues invite each other to the cafe at the end of the street, their laughter echoing. Parents visiting their children pop up in photos, smiling together. Ethan looks at them and feels a pang of emptiness. How long has it been since he last took a photo with his mother? How long has it been since he last sat beside her to share a meal? The whole room is buzzing with life, but he feels hollow inside. When he opens his phone, he sees a message from her sent earlier that morning. "Take care of your health. If you work too much, remember to rest a little, okay, my son?" Just a few words, but they make him freeze in the middle of the crowd. It has been a long time since she asked him much. Now her messages are short, afraid of bothering him. It has also been a long time since he told her anything, since he shared his joys or his tiredness like before. Ethan begins to notice the invisible distance between them. Not because she hasn't tried to stay in touch, but because he has been too busy, too caught up in goals, numbers, and meetings to have any time left to pause and listen to his own heart. Texts sent back home have become a habit. Phone calls have turned rushed, shallow, and empty. And his heart starts to feel hollow every time he thinks of the word home. Suddenly, he misses her voice, misses the smell of rice cooking in their kitchen, misses even the sound of her slippers scraping softly on the floor every morning. He realizes that money can buy material things, but it cannot buy moments, cannot buy laughter, smiles, or a mother's embrace. And then, each night, when the computer screen goes dark, he looks around the room he lives in and feels an ache of loneliness spreading quietly inside. The parties, the congratulations, the successful contracts, the amounts of money he sends back home every month, suddenly all seem so small, because none of them can fill the growing emptiness in his heart. An emptiness his mother has created, not with reproach, but with waiting. Something he once forgot. Affection, attention, and simple words are what she needs more than any material gift in this world. A wave of feeling rushes through his chest, painful and tender at the same time. He calls her. The phone only rings a few times before she picks up, her voice surprised yet light. "Is that you, my son? I thought you were busy today, so I didn't dare call." He is silent for a few seconds. "Mom, I'm coming home this weekend." Her voice turns a little flustered, then she laughs, that familiar laugh he hasn't heard for so long. "Okay, come home, my son. I'll be here." That night, on the way back to his room, his steps feel lighter. After so many days chasing work, he suddenly understands. There are places we can afford to arrive late. But there is one place we must not be late for too long. That place is home. And there is one person who will always wait, no matter how busy we are. That person is Mother. The work week passes, and the weekend comes faster than he expected. All day Friday, Ethan works with a restless heart, like a child waiting for school to end to run home. His emails become shorter, and even meetings no longer hold his full attention like before. In his mind, there is only one image: his mother standing in the yard, eyes squinting in the afternoon sun, streaks of gray hair trembling gently in the wind. After work, Ethan packs his things quickly, the familiar backpack feeling heavier than usual, not because of what's inside, but because of the feelings that have been piling up for so long. He steps out of the office building, watching the bustling crowd flowing in all directions. For the first time in a long time, he doesn't let himself be swept along. He slows down, takes a deep breath, then takes a taxi to the bus station. The bus home is not as crowded as usual. Ethan chooses a seat by the window, quietly watching the city fade away. Tall buildings giving way to rice fields and small houses. Familiar stretches of road slide past his eyes. The place he used to ride his bike to school. The sugarcane juice stall at the village entrance. The winding dirt path leading home. Each picture seems to awaken a part of his memory that has slept for too long. The sky darkens. The wind carries the scent of new rice, the simple smell of the fields that he hasn't breathed in fully for a long time. His chest tightens, full of longing, tenderness, and regret. The bus stops at the village entrance. Ethan steps down, pulling his backpack, his heart as nervous as the first day he went to work. The small road leading home is still the same. The old bamboo trees rustling, the soft yellow lights from little houses, and the sound of dogs barking in the distance. But today, each step he takes is filled with a strange sense of anticipation. At the beginning of the alley, he sees a small figure standing under the porch. Under the yellow light, his mother is standing on tiptoe, looking out towards the road, her hands unconsciously rubbing together to chase away the evening chill. She stands there, a small but patient figure, as if she has been waiting for a long time. Ethan chokes up. His legs want to run fast, but his heart slows down under the weight of rising emotions. She sees his silhouette from afar. She freezes for a moment, her eyes as if not believing what they see. Then she walks faster. She doesn't call out loudly, doesn't bombard him with questions like before. She only says one sentence, so soft the wind could almost carry it away. "You're back, my son." Ethan can only whisper, "Yes, Mom." But those two words carry all his longing, love, and regret. She walks closer, her eyes shining with joy mixed with a hint of sadness. She reaches out and gently touches his shoulder, as if to make sure her son is truly standing there. He bends down and hugs her, the long-missed embrace he has owed her through all those years racing in the city. She kisses his hair lightly, half laughing, half worried. "You're so thin. You must be working too hard, huh?" Ethan cannot answer. He just hugs her tighter, for the first time in a long time, allowing himself to be weak in her arms. That evening, at dinner, the small house glows with warmth. She cooks all his favorite dishes: braised fish, pumpkin or winter melon soup, and crispy fried tofu. Each dish is so familiar that just smelling them makes his eyes sting with tears. He eats slowly, very slowly, as if trying to hold on to each old flavor that has been missing from his busy, exhausted days. She eats and watches him, her gentle face seeming younger. She tells him small stories from the village, the harvest, the vegetables in the garden, then asks, "Is it tiring up there, my son? I see you don't call much anymore. I worry, you know." Ethan puts his chopsticks down, his hand tightening slightly. "Mom, I'm sorry. I've been too caught up in other things. I made you worry. I'm sorry." She smiles, shakes her head. "It's okay. As long as you live well and eat properly, I'm happy already." But those words only make the lump in his throat grow heavier, because he knows she misses him far more than any gift or amount of money he sends back. That night, Ethan stands on the porch for a long time. The village sky is crystal clear, full of stars. The wind blows through the bamboo trees, carrying the smell of fresh earth, the smell of peace. He looks at the house, the place of his childhood, the place that has always been his anchor. And suddenly, everything feels so familiar, it hurts. She comes out and drapes an extra jacket over his shoulders. "It's cold, my son." A sentence so familiar he's heard it all his life. But tonight, it touches him more deeply than ever before. Ethan turns to look at her, and for the first time in many years, he speaks from the bottom of his heart. "Mom, tomorrow, let's go to the market together, okay? I want to buy some things to fix the house, and stay here with you for a few days." She looks up, her eyes glistening though she tries to hide it. "Okay, that would be nice. I also want you to stay home a little longer." The two of them stand there, not saying much, but the warmth between them is almost tangible. The night is quiet, with only the sound of the wind and the gentle beating of his heart after so many months of exhaustion. And in that moment, Ethan understands more clearly than ever. There are places we can afford to arrive late, but there is one place we should never be away from for too long. That place is home. And there is someone who keeps waiting, no matter how many years pass. That person is Mother.